Hello, everyone. Jane here from Your Way Weight Loss. And today we're talking about our expectations, more precisely, our expectations on the scale, and talking about standards. Hey, Leash,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about this before we went on, but we're doing it right now. Apparently, the weather this weekend, oh,
Is it
someone
going to be
told me.
nice?
Oh, lies. He told me lies. He said 16 degrees. It's 4
Nope.
degrees. 4
Trust
and like, wow, trust no one.
trust no one. When Neil
Wow.
tells me something, I say immediately, "What are you basing that on? What is your source?" Cuz he's like, "Oh, I heard it my cousin's uncle was talking about it last week."
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do the same with like except Jeff. When
Oh
Jeff
yeah.
takes the time to talk to me about something, there's been some deep googling and studying behind the scenes, so I like trust what he has to say. Other than that, no one. Trust no one. Okay, so apparently the weather is just normal. So let's carry on to that.
At least there's sunshine cuz there's been quite a few days of rain.
It's been traumatic actually. It's
I
been
mean,
4 days. I mean, 4 days of like trying to plan around drizzle is annoying.
at least it's not downpouring. I think I've walked every day. Like
Yeah,
I found
it
a
hasn't
time.
stopped our walking, everyone.
Have we mentioned how awesome we are at walking lately?
Also, have we mentioned how I think we're like starting a movement on walking? I think we're changing the world, Leash.
I mean, we are, and walking is one way in which we are. We're just showing everyone that it's enough.
I know, and I think that we've like reminded people. It's like me reminding people that cucumbers exist.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, we need to tell them that story.
Stop.
So we were making a list for Your Way Weight Loss. We were making a list of our favorite things, and clearly that falls more under my department than Jose's. So I kind of handle the recipes and the list of favorite things. And I was like, "Okay, we need a new favorite thing." She goes, "I think we need to feature cucumbers this week." I think people forget about cucumbers.
Okay, wait. There's a podcast coming, or maybe it's already played, but it's like an old one. It's a throwback. And I'm like, I am so proud of myself. I like bought new things at the grocery store, and you're like, what are they? And I was like,
Ham.
packaged ham and mushrooms. I don't know. I felt like people needed to be reminded of how great cucumbers are and how they're friendly in everything, like salads and just like even putting like meat on it with like a drizzled, like a balsamic drizzle. I feel so fancy when I say all those words.
I mean, I actually totally agree. I love cucumbers. They're super versatile. I use them often if like I don't want to cook a veggie, I just cut it up and put it on the kids' plates.
Yeah. But you know what? This is perfect because we are reminding people that walking is a thing.
A real thing.
It's a real thing giving results.
Giving real results. I kind of changed my route lately and I'm doing a little bit more of uphill and I'm like feeling it in my booty.
Oh, I like it. Yes. I always like, and sometimes I underestimate how hard it is, like how hard it is on my body. We're getting older, Leash. But I was at the massage therapist this morning and I was like, you know what? I almost canceled my appointment because I'm not feeling, usually I only go see him when I'm dying. And when I say dying, it's really my shoulders. I really struggle with my neck and shoulders. Like I really am tense. And I'm like, I'm feeling good lately, whatever. And then he was doing my legs and there was so much lactic acid, like my muscles were so sore. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm like walking 10 kilometers a day. And I actually, every time I wake up, I like have trouble walking because it's like my legs are sore. And he's like, okay, are you stretching? And I was like, zero stretching. Zero stretching is happening. I just put on my sneakers and I go. And he's like, so you put on your sneakers and you walk 12 kilometers at a pace of gazelle. And you think that you're just like good enough to do that without stretching. And I'm like, apparently. And he was like, nope, like he showed me some stretches. He's like, you need to stretch before and after. Like, and I said, thank you so much. Like, and I even said this to him. I said, maybe I didn't need you so much body wise, although I did, but I need the accountability sometimes. When I go see him every 3 months, 4 months, and he reminds me that I'm not 20, he reminds me that if I want to be in shape when I'm 50, which is obviously #goals for me, like everything is about getting older right now, like in my life. And I'm like, I started my, I guess, 10-year process 2 years ago, right? When I was 32, I was like taking care of inside and outside Jose, of like 42-year-old Jose. And he's like, this is a big part of it, of keeping your body straight and your balance, and like things that we take for granted because we're young, quote unquote. But he's like, no. If you want to walk 12 kilometers when you're 50 and not be sore as you are right now, like you're going to have to like put things in place and stretch and drink water and whatever. So like keeps me accountable, reminds, again, having those conversations.
Absolutely. It's like when you go to the dentist and they're like, have you been flossing? And I go, do you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth? But it is and even with the kids, I'm obviously like, as soon, right before the dentist, right after the dentist, everyone's dental hygiene increases. And then it kind of like goes down a little bit. Then you just need that reminder and that accountability in that moment.
This is a great lesson right now.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing good. And it, you know what? It sets the tone for expectations on the scale, and having that accountability and having standards. So I want to be the person that grows old in the healthiest, most prettiest way ever. Like legit, like that's my goal right now. And that's fine. It's my right.
Of course. I also have goals of like, I really want to be a healthy grandma. Like for me, the thought of something physical holding me back from doing something I want to do is really motivating to me to do whatever I can to prevent that.
Absolutely. I am not thinking about being a grandmother as I'm changing my 2-year-old's diaper. You get what I mean? Being a grandmother is not in my vocabulary right now, but I understand what you are saying, my friend. I'm mostly like, I want to be the retired person on the beach that is like walking every morning with her husband while my children are just taking care of themselves somewhere in the world, not with me. These are my goals. So I'm not thinking about taking care of my kids.
That sounds pretty fun too. I skipped that part in my life. That part sounds really great too.
Okay, perfect. I'll meet you on the beach.
Deal.
Okay, so this was brought on because we are working in an industry where we are helping people, mostly women, lose weight. Therefore, the scale is involved in what we do. Absolutely. Numbers are involved, and expectations are a big part of what we manage with our mindset program and with our self-awareness program.
Absolutely.
So basically every day we manage people's expectation on the scale almost. I almost feel that way. What are your thoughts on that?
I do feel like society, many people come to us, and we, as a part of working on a healthier relationship with the scale, is working on their expectations about how fast they will lose weight, how consistent the weight loss will be, what a normal scale fluctuation looks like. Like all of those expectations need to be kind of managed before they can push forward.
And I think that's all mindset. And okay, the word mindset, me pionela, I don't know why. And it's like a big part of what we do. And it's like, but I feel like I don't like saying, like, imagine someone's like, what do you do? I work on people's mindset, like puke. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Let's be transparent. But for me, it's like, I work on their thoughts. I like that better. I work on people. I help people have thoughts that align with who they want to be and gets them somewhere, gets them results. And you have to work on your thoughts behind your expectations with the scale.
We help people manage their thoughts.
Absolutely. You're right.
In a way that it helps them act in the way they want to be, right? Because thoughts come first and then your actions follow your thoughts. So if you're not managing those thoughts, you're not going to get the actions that you want, and the actions that you want are going to get you the results that you want.
Yeah. And when we talk to people, like when I'm just thinking right now on how people want actions as for help, they want help with their actions. And I'm like, but wait a minute. We need to go back and we need to go see what's in that brain of yours. That's more interesting to me, because what is in that brain of yours is making you act the way you act today. So even if I give you a list of the ways you should act to get your results, I'm not interested in that right now. I want to know, what is the thought process behind the way you're acting today? Well, I feel like this could be another podcast on its own, but I truly believe that there is something to be said about the thought process behind people's actions, and we're not having that conversation. I would love for people to have more of those conversations at the table at work than having the conversations of, what do you eat for breakfast? What's in that salad? What do you have for supper? How do you manage nighttime eating? It's like people don't understand that everyone's life is managed by how they think.
That's it. That's the core of success, is managing your own thoughts, managing your expectations, having standards for yourself. But people are just looking for the action stuff. And that's what the quick fix diets are. They're just focused on the actions. It's a checklist that people have to check off. And at no point do we talk about our thoughts. And that's why it doesn't sustain itself, because we haven't changed the way we think.
We haven't changed the le top de la pyramide, là, you know? Okay, and the thing that brought me to want to talk about this was your TikTok that you recently did on being your best self, and that is the perfect conversation to have about standards for yourself. So not waking up, basically your TikTok was about not waking up and thinking, how can I be thinner today? How can I do things to lose the pounds today? It's actually waking up and creating standards for your day. So today I will work on being positive, and I will work on movement because I want to be the person that goes for a walk today. And I have been really living that life, guys, for the past year of daily. I don't think about the weekend. I don't think about my next big, even for Easter just passed, and the Tuesday before Easter, I wasn't even thinking about the food I was going to eat. It was about, how can I be my best self Tuesday? How can I be best self Wednesday? That's missing out there right now because people are chasing weight loss.
I couldn't agree more. And they're looking so far into the future and then worrying about this. How about you worry about today?
Yeah.
And every one of us live a different reality every day. So today was a really busy day for me. So how much movement can I get in today is different than it was yesterday. So my best self today, movement wise, is different than yesterday.
Yeah. And there's that piece that people that are trying to lose weight, they're missing that angle of, this week the scale's probably going to there's probably going to be up. So the number is going to be up. But it's just because you just had a different type of weekend that just passed. There's so much emotion and not reasoning behind, and I think it's because of the part of chasing the weight loss and not saying, I have standards for myself. Therefore, that's why I move my body. Therefore, that's why I plan my meals. That's why I say no to cupcakes every night. That's why it's not because I'm trying to get to a certain number and I have expectations on the scale. And there's another piece to this podcast that I'd love for us to talk about is the whole, well, I better get this. I said no to cupcakes. I better lose weight about it. It's just that attitude, that entitlement.
That attitude and that entitlement and just the expectations that are so not what the norm is. First of all, anything is normal. We've seen everything. Right. And also just what you think your journey is going to look like, and it just doesn't.
So there's that expectation behind weight loss that people need to work on, but it's also the piece that I just had a salad. Where's my parade? And it's I'm sorry, there's no medal, and we talked about that last meeting where that's creating habit. And at the beginning, yes, you need incentives to keep the momentum going. And we get that, but you cannot be thinking and create one. Create your own medal if you want to be so proud of a habit change and creating things, but you're changing that habit not for the expectation on the scale. You're doing it because you're trying to create the person you want to be. It's the who behind everything. And then at one point, the reward itself will show up on what you did, on who you are. And yes, you'll lose the pound, but it's not today after your salad.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's our message, is that you guys need to think about setting standards for yourself, setting expectations for yourself, not scale expectations. Expectations that are who I'm going to be, how I'm going to show up today.
And there's
Today.
something about today, and there's something about the number where not only do we want a certain number, which I don't blame you guys. If you change habits and you work on the person you want to be, then yeah, you're expecting weight loss out of this. And I support you. It's the whole like, I need it right now. Like it should be this week. Like, no, just keep going, keep setting standards. And I can almost guarantee that if you start acting like the person you want to be, there are good things coming. Does that make sense? On the scale and off the scale. And you get to a point where you learn about the consistency behind your changes and you actually experiment and you actually like experience it. Like you don't have to sell the idea of being healthy to me anymore. You don't have to sell the idea of eating a salad anymore. I freaking love my salad. I know what it gives me off and on the scale. I don't need a medal. I don't need you to convince me anymore. But yeah, I know at the beginning you do need some satisfaction and some rewards, but guys, like it can't be right away. You need to wait. You need to, do it for the standards and not because you want the immediate expectation.
And I do think that when people, and maybe you think differently, you can tell me. I think that when people have that moment where they are about to get on the scale and they're like, if I don't lose 2 pounds, I'm quitting. If you feel that strong about the week that you just had, I believe that you're trying to make too many changes at once, or too significant, or it's too hard. If everything about you needing to continue is based on what the scale tells you, there's too much in that.
I absolutely agree. I just did a live this morning, Leash. You were not in the group, so you missed it. It was about you were at an appointment. It was about keep going. When we say keep going, it's not a punishment. It shouldn't be a punishment. You deserve to know what happens if you keep going. That's actually the next door being opened for you. It's like, okay, I know what to do. And I said in the live, if you feel like every time someone says keep going, you're like, oh my God, I have to keep going. Like that's how I might see results, then you're not being the person you want to be, because it should. And I'm not saying that it's not uncomfortable sometimes what you are doing to lose weight can feel uncomfortable, but it should be comfortably uncomfortable because you are chasing standards and it's exciting to know what it'll end up being. Does that make sense? Like when I started my journey of taking care of my skin, and what I mean by that is just less sun, um, actually like washing makeup from my face. There's no magic cream. There's no whatever. It's just certain things but I mean, guys, if I skip only one day out of the sun, I basically wanted a parade. Remember when I wanted a parade for not going in the tanning bed? I'm like, how
Yes.
amazing am I, But after a while, now I don't need a parade to not go in the tanning bed. It's very much who I want to be. And I'm getting finally almost we're a year and a half in now since I started this whole, like, you're doing it, Josie, a year and a half, guys. And I'm now seeing the rewards of learning about, getting some, products and some treatments for the lack of taking care of my skin in my 20s, right? And basically putting on oil all over my body and being like an egg in the sun and in the tanning bed. Like I had like damage from that, So anyways, all that to say is that why am I doing this? It's not like, well, if I don't go in the sunbed, I better have soft. No, I just am setting standards for myself where I'm just like taking care of my skin. Done. So you can say the same for your health.
And I can honestly say that if I didn't lose a pound from where I am today, I would still continue to do what I'm doing today. Like, that's how I know that I'm doing it right. Like, I am truly being the person I've always wanted to be, and just
Living the life you've always wanted to live as well, Leash.
Absolutely. And letting the standards drive my day-to-day to-do list is so freeing, of not worrying about my expectation of the number I need to see on the scale associated with the lifestyle. I'm just like, this is me. This is my standard. And do you know what? I'm the boss of my standard. I am the boss of my standard, and I feel great about it, and I will accept whatever number comes with my standards today.
I love that. And I love when you said, this is me. Like, this is me showing up for my standards. And again, you are the boss. You the boss of your standards. I love that. And you know what, guys? Standards are what, and you know that at Your Weight Loss, our main focus, mission, purpose is to help you lose weight in a way where you keep it off. Like, that is so important to us. The keeping it off piece to what we do is our most valued content, mission. Like, that is what we do. Okay. And this aligns perfectly with that. You will only keep the weight off if you've set standards for yourself along the way and you're following your values and priorities and standards. You just like white knuckling, getting the expectations, achieving the weight loss is not going to cut it.
It's not. It's not.
This was good. So I feel like people are ready to attack their weight loss journey in a very like standard focused way and not expectations. And also like, guys, there is some myths out there. Let's just say a couple, like the 2 pounds a week. What? No, that's way off. 10 pounds a month. What are you talking about? Like, when people come in and these are the expectations they have, 5 pounds the first week.
Oh yeah, when they lose 2 pounds the first week and are upset because they didn't lose 5. Like,
yeah, because of the expectation that apparently society has put out there about the first week. There's something, I don't know, it's supposed to be magical the first week. I don't know what's happening. So there's the 5 pounds the first week. That's a myth that is out there. The 2 pounds a week is a myth out there. Even saying 1 pound a week, even saying that is such a high expectation, because you know what? Okay, let's say that. Is it reasonable to lose? Is it possible to lose 1 pound in a week? Oh, absolutely. But to say you want to lose 1 pound every week is saying that you're going to be the person that is always in a deficit every week. I'm sorry, there are weeks where it's not about being in a deficit. It's about survival. It's about living life. It's about vacation. It's about being a mom. It's about, you get what I mean? Like, there are weeks where it's not about weight loss. I'm sorry. It's just what it is.
And that's another myth, is that not only are you going to lose X amount of weight every week, but it's going to happen every single week. And it's just going to go down, 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 down. The consistency.
Yes. There's a lot to learn. See how your thoughts are what drives your expectations. So that's why we need to work on your thoughts first, guys.
And if I can just say one more thing, I just would love for you guys to go into this journey with taking the pressure off the expectation of a number and really just focusing on the standards for yourself.
Done. We're going to end with that, guys. I mean, this podcast deserves a 5 on 5 star thumbs up following.
Agreed.
All the things. So yeah, guys, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and obviously our podcast. Find us everywhere. We're probably on Instagram right now, so go see us there. Join us at yourweightRsupport.com. Check us out everywhere. Thank you for listening, everyone. Bye, Leash.
Bye.